What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of PLD1138. Your host is me. It's me. It is PLD on the PLD Projects channel, my little slice of the YouTube universe. Hope you're all doing fine out there. We just got to watch the episode of Clone Wars that dropped this week, and man, I'm excited to talk about it. We also got a couple other news items that have dropped this past week, and I'm going to return to my media walkthrough, at least for now. We'll see how that goes as we continue on this journey in a galaxy far, far away. But you know what? Let's get right to it. One of the first things that came out this week, the trailer for Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian. It's a great eight episode series going to be on Disney Plus, going all behind the scenes of the season 1 of The Mandalorian, as we are knowing that The Mandalorian season 2 has finished filming. We just also, in addition to that news, have heard that Mandalorian Season 3 has already been greenlit and work has begun, at least in the writing process. So we know we're getting a lot more in that universe. But you know what? While we're here, let's just get right to it. Let's just watch this trailer together, right? Why not? So here we go. Let's get this on. We'll go there. And let's see what this has to offer for us.
The enthusiasm is infectious.
So much of this process is about problem solving and making breakthroughs.
Everyone is coming with their own experiences to a galaxy that can support it.
And then also have a group of filmmakers who were not afraid to jump in.
Love the director roundtable. That's going to be cool. A lot of great
It's hard to
people.
believe all these years later, there's such energy around new stories in this world.
Filoni is the one I want to hear about.
The volume
Filoni and
put me back
Favreau.
in a set as if it was built.
The outside is all video walls, and the top is video wall.
So cool looking.
That
So
was,
cool
for
looking.
me, one of the most rewarding experiences as someone who just loves Star Wars.
It was like one of the weirdest and best things that ever happened with Werner. He was acting against the baby, and he started directing the baby directly. I'm trying to direct Werner, who's now directing the puppet. He was telling us we needed to commit to the magic, make them use the puppet.
IG-11 was like IG-88.
They built him out of parts of the old Cantina set from A New Hope. We
That's
as
awesome.
children like
Stuff
that.
like that. I love stories like
Assassin
that.
Robot.
That's
It was
awesome.
bolted to the floor.
We're trying to draw from all over Star Wars.
Action.
Sometimes I
Cast
think it's just like
roundtable as well.
anything in any different
Cool, that's gonna be
scene.
cool
You
to
just
see.
have energy, and you can see
Always-
that in the physicality.
Yeah,
you
Apollo
can see
Creed,
that in
Action
acting.
Jackson. Always use it more than.
George reiterated, remember to make these stories hopeful, to give that to kids because they really need it. It's important to the foundation of Star Wars, but we don't just want action. We want to feel
It
uplifted.
would be great
And
if
Star Wars
Lucas
ultimately
appeared
is
in
about
this.
family. It is really
Yeah,
saying
I
there is a
know.
lot
I'd love
of
to
hope
hear
out
his
there.
thoughts on things. In this little corner of the universe, he seems to enjoy. That's awesome. That's really great. That's going to be something really cool. What a good way to go through the series here. May
If
the
you
fourth be
enjoyed
with
this
you.
episode,
So we'll do with that. Let's see. And we have some other news this week, but what do you guys think of that? Are you guys excited as much as I am? I can't wait. I'm gonna sit down. Hopefully, I don't know if it's bingeable or if it's gonna be in series like Mandalorian. Either way, I'll probably watch it as quickly as I can. But it's great. It's great. I'm really looking forward to that. So let's get into the rest of the news that dropped. Let's see. Yep, Dr. Aphra. The audiobook is coming. Sarah Kuhn has written an audiobook based on the first introductory arc that Dr. Aphra was in the Darth Vader comic books. Probably the most famous character so far to come out of the new Marvel line of Star Wars since Disney took over. She's been rumored to have a series, rumored to have TV series, rumored to do everything. So she's pretty popular. I think she's a good character. To be honest with you, got a little tired of her in the comic books. I'm still reading her comic book, but I'm not as into her as I used to be. Am I interested in this? Yes and no. I mean, it's not really a new story, so I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be expanded, so that's kind of cool. But that means it's got to hold really tight to everything. So if it's canon, the same things have got to happen. So have to see how that goes down. It's kind of dangerous to do this in a way, and almost rather just have a different adventure. But it's still kind of cool. So it's still a great character. Had a great introduction, so it's a good story at least. So let's see. I'm 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Excited about this. We'll find out what happens. Next up, we have, we talked about that already. That was a late-minute edition. I was going to just put that up and talk about it. I decided to do the trailer reaction instead. This is the next and biggest other news piece that dropped, according to Variety, I believe. Russian Doll, which is a show I have not watched, so I can't give any comments on that. But the co-creator and co-showrunner, Leslie Headland, supposedly has been hired by Disney to develop a Star Wars series for Disney Plus. It said the quote that was said that the detail of the exact plot of the series are being kept under wraps, but sources say it will be a female-centric series that takes place in a different part of the Star Wars timeline than other projects. Well, it's interesting news. I mean, having a female-led piece is nothing new with the Disney-fied version of Star Wars. It's always good. We always need some more strong female characters. I don't know exactly if that means female-centric. Does that mean it's a female-led? Is it supposed to be for females? I mean, who knows what that means necessarily. I don't even know if we need to say that. Just, if it's a female lead, great. But either way, that kind of tosses a little cold water on it. When you initially hear female-centric lead character, maybe Ahsoka would get Ahsoka would get a series, or maybe like the Aphra mentioned, Aphra would get a series. Something to that effect. Or maybe even Rey would get a series, or Jyn Erso, one of the ones we already know about. But this leads me to believe, it's probably going to be a new character. Be interested to see what they're going to do. It's going to be a Jedi? Is it going to be Rebellion? Is it going to be First Order? Is it going to be not First Order probably, because it's different times. Because it wouldn't be Rebellion really either, but it could be different years of Rebellion, different times of the First Order, like between 6 and 7 kind of thing. I mean, who knows exactly what's going to be different projects. Does that mean other projects now, or does that mean other projects like forever? There's a totally different timeline, but I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Either way, it's kind of cool. As more Star Wars develops, it's all I care about. As long as more Star Wars is getting developed, we're going to get more Star Wars. That's cool, because I'm looking forward to everything so far. I'm looking forward to casting Andor enough. I'm looking forward to Obi-Wan definitively. I mean, this is it's all good stuff. So hopefully that will continue. The other thing looking forward to, Siege of Mandalore. Yes. So excited for this series. So this is his second episode. I remember I came out and gushed about the first episode of the Siege of Mandalore arc. This one is more of the same. I'm totally digging this last arc. The epic cinematic version they're doing. The beginning feels like a Star Wars movie again. I really hold true again. I hope at the end of the arc they put it all together as one movie somewhere. I mean, Disney Plus or Blu-ray, I'll get it. I'll definitely get it. The rest of the series was kind of filling, but this is where it's at. Open up. Ahsoka had been trapped by Maul. They have this nice little verbal sparring. Maul kind of making some notion that he was hoping Kenobi would be there, hoping he would bring Anakin. Not really going further into it. There's not time yet, so he kind of ditches her, escapes. Then Ahsoka gets to go, and actually Ahsoka gets to go talk to Obi-Wan, which is a very interesting part to me. Obi-Wan goes back. The Mandalorians have taken over the capital. Maul being at large still kind of makes that an uneasy siege at this point. They know they need to find Maul to seal the deal, so to speak. But this time, that's when Ahsoka gets update Obi-Wan's going on. And the interesting thing in the time frame is when she talks to Obi-Wan, the Chancellor has already been rescued. Dooku is dead. Obi-Wan gets to inform Ahsoka that Dooku is dead, that Anakin killed him. And probably one of the most interesting parts of the whole show is when he updates Ahsoka about the plan to have Anakin spy on Chancellor Palpatine for episode 3. And Ahsoka has kind of the same reaction that Anakin had. Obi-Wan seems to be pleading to have her talk to him, maybe talk some sense into him, or not even sense, talk him down a little bit, make him feel more comfortable, but she's not the person to go to. So it's a nice little verbal sparring. I've seen where they're both at. I'm really hopeful, although it's kind of a weird timeline. He was about to go to Utapau. He couldn't come to help her. The Mandalorian's out because he's going to go to Utapau to head out for Grievous. She had asked for Anakin. That's why he told her about Anakin's secret plan, or secret mission, I should say, to spy on the Chancellor. But I'm hoping beyond hope that after this is over, which might be maybe episode 3 of the 4-episode arc, we'll get a little bit of Ahsoka with Anakin one last time. It'd be nice to see Anakin right before right before he leaves over to get Padme, or right before the Order 66, we get to see them have one final conversation. I mean, they had a great conversation at the end of the last episode, or at the not to the end, I'm sorry, but in the middle of the last episode. If that is the final time they talked, then it still would be fine. But if we could have one more conversation, I think it would be very emotional, very well done, setting them up for their scenes in Rebels, which is very emotional, very powerful. Rest of the episode basically is delve into the arc of the battle between Ahsoka and Maul, and it lives up to its name. Ahsoka's kicking ass, Maul is kicking ass. They're very formidable twosome. I like the fact that for the most part, Maul overpowers Ahsoka. Not overpower. I mean, it's not the point where he beats her, but she holds her own. But it's definitely, to me, apparent that Maul is still more powerful at this point. It's definitely, I definitely read an article about Ray Park doing actually motion capture for the Clone Wars. So, and it looked like it better. The fights never looked better. This is one of the best animated lightsaber fights we've had in the whole series. Seems more fluid, more realistic looking, not as just sharp. Not some of the fights usually sometimes just feels too sharp. This one felt real and legitimate. It was great. So I'll get rid of that. That's my next thing I'm going to talk about, but I'll get off of that for now. What I like is that at the end, Ahsoka does, I guess you could say, win the battle. After the clones come, she's able to flip around, make Maul fall off. She catches them, and the clones get to wrap them up with some rope, some super rope, and they actually knock him out and stun him. Between all of them. So Maul is technically captured right now. Ahsoka is in charge at this point. That's where they end it. So it's going to be interesting to see what the last two episodes are going to be. I'm guessing we're going to get Order 66 at some point soon. And we're going to have to see. Maul probably escape clutches during Order 66. And I'll have to see how the clones react to Ahsoka at that point. But like I said, either way, I'm really excited. This has been such a fun experience. The music is awesome, phenomenal. Ahsoka is great. Scenes with Obi-Wan are great. If you have any like of the Clone Wars at all, this is the stuff to go to. It is really brilliant. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as I am. Definitely makes up for any feelings about the first 8 episodes being. I hate saying anything negative about them because they're not bad episodes. They're just, for the most part, unimportant. These are important. So that's where we are. Well, the end of that, we'll go through the media walkthrough. I'll go back to that. We have on screen there. I'll even make this a little bigger so you can see it. Star Wars number 12, called Doomworld. If you remember where we last left off, Luke, 3PO, and R2 were on this water planet called Drixel. They're looking for a new home for the rebellion after the Battle of Yavin. They find this group of water-dwelling people. They kind of almost reminds you of Waterworld. They all live on the ocean. They fight these dragons, these sea dragons. But for this point, the warriors capture them. They're looking to take 3PO and R2 from them, melt them down for metals. It's kind of very valuable to them at this point. We get to meet the head of the world at this point. Not much else gets done at that point. We get to see that Luke is being cocky. He's got his lightsaber. But we're interested to see where they're coming. Luke actually says something to the effect of, "You wish Han could come in and help save the day." Well, be careful what you wish for, kind of, maybe. As for Han and Leia, we don't get to see Leia this issue, but Han is up on the Star Destroyer, like I said before. If you remember the old Legends character Booster Terra, that's what it reminded me of, a pirate on control of the Star Destroyer. Han gets him to Drexel because he's looking for Luke as well. It's a nice little sequence there. At the end, looks like Crimson Jack, who is the head pirate, has kind of got onto Han's plans and realizing that Han might be bullshitting a little bit. But it's a fun little puppy adventure. I'm enjoying it so far to see where it goes. It's definitely for the first ventures after A New Hope, before Empire Strikes comes back out. They're definitely far more out than the movies ever would be. They're definitely far more into the realm of fantasy. I think they take that fantasy bit a little more seriously. But So yeah, that was the walkthrough this week, and that's where we will end the show this week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Mostly I'm getting into the Clone Wars reviews at this point. My plan still is to slow down PLD 1138 after the Clone Wars stops at the end of the season. After we get through the next 2 episodes, I'll do these on a weekly basis until then. After that, I'm going to do it more sporadically, more irregularly, maybe more monthly or maybe bi-weekly. I'm going to start doing the Harris dance. I'm going to bring that into play first. I'm still developing those shows, so I still don't have exactly the concept I want to do. I'm hoping for a live stream at least bi-monthly on Sunday nights, where I will do maybe one type of show. Maybe I might alternate and do 2 different types of shows. Get some more conversations going. But hopefully you liked it. If you do, hit like, hit subscribe. Hit me up, hit me up a comment. Let me know something else you want to see on PLD 1138 or anything you want to see on PLD projects, anything you want me to talk about. I'm always willing to listen to you guys. It's great having over 100 subscribers now, over 113, I believe it is. 112, 113. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. If you do want to contribute to the channel, I do have a Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/PLD projects. I will check it in. It's open 24/7. I will try to check it before I do my next show. Even if whatever show it is, if it's the V show, the Star Wars show, I'll still make sure to answer any questions you have, regardless. And we will go from there. So where you can find me on Twitter, Paul_Denuzio. You can also find me on this channel, obviously, but other places you can find me. Class Action on the Action Industries YouTube channel. Me and Richard Jarvie take shows and franchises and put them up against each other, and put them against 5 custom-made categories we come up with, and then do battle to see which one wins. Kind of had some surprises. Sometimes it's kind of fun. This week you'll see this is going to go up today, so you'll see tomorrow. We're going to be doing Con Air versus The Rock. I know some of you might see that this is going to be a one-sided episode, but I like Con Air a lot too, so I'll have to see what happens with that. Finally, also, you can always find me on the Call to Action podcast. If you know what the movie Trivia Schmodown is, it's an after show podcast with that. I'm usually on Chill to Action, which is our weekly interview show. We have Bobby Gucci, Finstock coming up on Monday. And also sometimes you can find me on call live. Also, some other appearances coming up, and I'll let you know as soon as I confirm them. I've been asked to be interviewed on a couple of different shows. I'll try to keep you guys all up to date. I'm going to try to also make playlists on this channel of all my appearances to keep them all in one place in case you don't want to. You can have a one-stop shopping for PLD here if you want that. All right, guys. Have a good week, or have a good couple of days anyway, until I see you next time. As always, may the Force be with you. Always.